podcast for student athletes run by student athletes. Today we'll be talking with a couple of our swimmers here at UC Davis. So thank you guys so much for coming on the podcast and sharing your experiences.
Hi, I'm Nalanie. I'm a second year and I'm the women's swim dive team.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Maddy. I'm a second year as well.
Awesome. Can you guys kind of describe what it's like, just your whole schedule, practices and whatnot, throughout the entire year?
Yeah, so throughout the entire year, we usually have morning practices every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturdays. And then Tuesday and Thursdays, we only have one practice. But on those Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, we have 2 swim practices, and then we have a lift practice in between.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And most of us know that you guys have to stay here during a couple of the most anticipated breaks. What's it like staying on campus, and kind of do those practices increase? You know, are you spending more time in the pool? How does that kind of work?
Yeah. So it's definitely difficult seeing like everyone's like done with finals and they're packing up, they're going home, and you just have to stay here and you see everybody else leave. Like, I swear there was only like 50 people on campus, and it was like so deserted. It was, I mean, sometimes it's nice, because when you're getting to morning practice, there's not as much traffic. You kind of like not speed through it because we're responsible drivers. Or
Bikers.
Bikers, yes. But it's definitely hard, but sorry, what was the rest of the question?
Just like,
oh yeah, increased practices. We have doubles every day. 2-hour practices every day with some lifting interspersed. Like, it's pretty normal, I would say. Like, Monday, Wednesday, Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, Monday,
Yeah.
Wednesday, Friday, we stuck to our regular, like, lifting time. And, yeah, it was just doubles every day. And I remember one time we had double on on Sunday, and it, like, threw us all for a loop. Because it felt like a Monday, but it was a Sunday. And then we were like, okay, we have to do, like, 5 more days of this. Because we all thought it was Monday, and it wasn't.
And how do holidays work? Do you guys get to go home for any of the winter holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, anything like that?
It just depends usually. Sometimes, like with the school schedule in general, like, it's kind of hard because some of those breaks are a little short. So it just depends if you can go home. Like, I spent Thanksgiving with Maddy, so that was really nice. But if you can go home, like on Thanksgiving, you're able to go home. But for like winter break and stuff, we usually have like a week of training, and then you get a week to go home, and then you have another week of training. So you still have to be back. Like, this year, we had to be back before New Year's Eve. So like, we didn't get the New Year's at home, but we did get Christmas.
Gotcha.
So that was nice. Yeah.
And how do you kind of, are you able to celebrate New Year's with the team and like hang out with each other and kind of support each other that way?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
So like, one fun part was like, a lot of us were talking about like eating grapes this year.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of us like, during New Year's, we just all hit on our tables and we're just eating grapes. But yeah, we planned a little like get together, just watch the ball drop, just hung out and stuff. But yeah.
Awesome. Over winter break, how is training adjusted to make sure that like the team doesn't lose any ground or deteriorate in your performance without getting burnt out?
Well, since it's like winter break and we're all like kind of thinking about Christmas, they try to put like some fun activities like throughout. Like, we had like a gingerbread making, like every year we do like a gingerbread making activity like after an afternoon practice, and that's fun to do because like Matt, our coach, like his kids will come and they'll like kind of walk around too. I remember last year Meryl had so much icing.
Yeah.
It was crazy. She was like bouncing off the walls and stuff. And then last year we had a sock exchange.
Oh, like actual socks.
Yes. So like instead of like doing a secret Santa,
New socks.
we do like,
I hope.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, no.
Socks. Oh my gosh. That'd be a little awkward. Oh my gosh. But yeah, we usually do like a secret exchange, like a Santa, whatever. We pick teammates and like, or you draw from like an online website. And like before they've done where it's like a white elephant.
Yeah.
But I think someone brought like, you might find this on our Instagram, but someone brought like a rat. I don't know. Yeah, it was like a real life rat. So like the girl opened it up and was like, oh my gosh, there's a rat. So now we do like socks or like keychain, like
a real life rat,
like a real life rat
from the streets of David.
No, from like a
Petco rat.
Like a Petco rat.
Wow, that's like, really great.
They were committed. They were very committed.
Gift idea.
Yeah.
Wow.
They kept it too. It was like a pet.
Oh my gosh, is it still on the team?
No.
Oh my gosh.
No longer.
Wow.
But,
well,
yeah.
I'm really glad that you guys have those opportunities with each other. How do you guys approach the question of like taking a break? You know, I feel like with the winter break, it's for most athletes who, you know, don't have to spend their time practicing on campus, they're able to like go home and kind of just take a second to regroup mentally, let their bodies rest physically. How do you guys feel like you're able to are you able to take a break, and how do you do that knowing that you still have such like high pressure competitions in the future?
Yeah, so winter break is kind of in the middle of our season, so it's kind of tough because you want to take a break, but like you can't actually take a break because swimming's such like you kind of got to stay with the flow. But for me, I know that like this winter break, I kind of took the opportunity to like look at it as it's like regular practice every day, but I have the opportunity to go out, hang out with friends maybe. Like I know a lot of me and my friends, like we went Christmas caroling, so like we went up to SAAC, we saw some Christmas lights, and like just taking like the same approach as usual, but finding the opportunities to make it not feel like I'm maybe trapped in this training cycle, so that I don't feel like I'm mentally burnt out or physically burnt out, making sure I'm also taking care of my body. So like since there wasn't any school, like I could rest more too. Right. So like even though we upped our training, there was still a balance that I could find.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Yeah.
Absolutely, taking yourself away from that crazy quarter system that we all love so much.
For me, mostly, I'm not as like social as now. We've talked about so I don't like going out that much, but I slept a lot. Like after morning practice, I'm taking a nap. After afternoon, maybe I'm taking a nap too. It depends.
It's great.
But yeah, a lot of YouTube, movie, sleeping. Occasionally I'd go out when she would convince me.
Yeah.
Or we'd like do stuff, kind of.
Usually to eat.
Oh, yeah. Usually absolutely.
Yeah. If I could convince Maddy to get out of the house to maybe grab some In-N-Out, that would be big win. Yeah. But like, a lot of us on the team like to just get out and get food. So. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. I feel like with Equestrian, we have to stay here for spring break, and I feel like I'm always just eating and sleeping a lot more because I have the time to make nice meals and whatnot, and like
do you like cooking?
Okay, I think it stresses me out a lot.
No, it's okay. I don't like cooking either.
Yeah, she doesn't like cooking.
I don't like cooking.
She's actually like, it's so funny. Like over the break, I'd be like, do you want to grab something to eat? And then she's like, no. I'm like, oh, so like you're cooking today? And I'm like, she's like, no, because there's like 50 like leftover boxes in the fridge or something, or like from her fam. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. No, I had trouble making an egg and cheese sandwich for reference this morning right before this. So
that's bad.
It just freaks me out a little bit, but I love trying to like maintain like that healthy diet and everything, or healthy living lifestyle and whatnot. But okay, so we know that swimming is like equestrian, very much like an individualized sport. How do you feel like you guys are able to come together and strengthen each other, strengthen the team as one in college?
Do you want me to go?
I can go. Yeah.
Okay.
So, club swimming was usually when you go into college swimming, you want to try to compare it to club swimming, because club swimming, you're on a team, but it's very much more individualized than what it is now. I think club, like, everything is kind of, you don't really get to the team aspect until you hit like those relays. But here, like, the first thing I noticed when I came to like the college like level was that like it's very much like a team sport, because everything you do is with the team. Every event you do is for the team. So like you're not really looking at it anymore as an individualized aspect. Like, of course you want to look at your personal best and stuff like that, and like but so basically like during like swim sets or swim practices, like you might get stuck in your head a little bit, but there's always someone there cheering you on. I know for me, I like to like sing during practice, or like scream like let's go Ags, or let's keep it up, like you've got this. I know that helps me a lot, and I hope that helps my teammates a lot, but there's always someone else encouraging you, especially since we split lanes and share the lane together. You know you're getting through the workout with another person, and then you also know that you have the whole team behind you too. So yeah.
I can attest to this, because Nal and I normally are in different groups. She's like in distance group, and most of the time I'm in sprint group. So we'll be on opposite sides of the pool, and I can hear her from all the way to the other side. It like travels through the gutter, and I can just say, "Go Ags, let's go Ags!" like, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it definitely gives the sprint group like a little extra boost too.
Motivation. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I feel like with Equestrian, it's kind of similar in a sense where it's very, started off when you're growing up, it's like just you and your horse, and that's really it. And then when you go to like a collegiate team, you have people like hollering and screaming at you, and you're like, oh my gosh, wow, this is different. Like everyone is, but you have to have that spirit to really be the best at it. So yeah, that's awesome. And then kind of building off that and keeping with the theme of burnout and preventing that, what are early signs of burnout that you can look for in your teammates, and what do you do to kind of prevent that with them, or just help them not be burnt out when you guys have such like a high tense season?
Yeah, I think there's definitely some points in the season where you can tell a lot of people get burnt out, because it's kind of like the top of like the season where like all the training gets like really tough, and then we're almost reaching like championship season. So that's kind of like an area where you want to start looking out for anyone and looking out for each other and supporting each other. One like thing that you probably would notice is like in practice, since we all are around each other, like someone may be off their game. Not every practice is usually 100% for everyone, so someone may just be having a bad day. But like if they're maybe getting a little bit frustrated at themselves, and you can kind of tell, maybe give them a pat on the back, be like, hey, like your 100% is gonna look different every day, and that's okay. And just like tell them like you got the next one, you can do it. Like
And I had so much burnout during club swim. It was crazy. It was like junior and senior year too. So, and that was like recruiting season too. So that was kind of hard for me, but I definitely got a lot more quiet and just like a lot more moody. So so like if they're just acting a little more but I'm kind of like moody all the time, so it's kind of hard to tell like if I'm just like burnt out or if I'm just like done with stuff. But I would say winter training is definitely a hard it would definitely be easy to burn out during winter training, but I think our team this season especially did a really good job of like keeping up morale and like what's it called? Oh, like the locker room talk, like just not attitude in the locker room and during practice. Like I guess it's like cognitive reframing, like instead of saying like, oh, that practice was really hard, like, and just like constantly like being negative about it, you can be like, oh, that practice was hard, but during it I was able to get better at like this and this. So I think that helps me a little bit.
Yeah, that's a super good practice. I feel like especially with being a collegiate student athlete, I feel like a usual practice for people to kind of go through burnout and just be like, oh yeah, like that's fine, it's fine, like I'm burnt out, I need to keep pushing through. and kind of reframing into that positive mindset is super beneficial to you and your entire team, just to kind of keep a positive outlook. How do you push through not only the mental fatigue but also the physical fatigue that you get in the heat of your training season?
Alicia, shout out to our athletic trainer, does a great job of reminding us like we need to take care of our bodies. She'll like send us little messages on teamwork. Rachel, our nutritionist, also takes care of like reminding us that we need to be eating a lot, we need to be hydrating a lot. So like during winter training and stuff, we had a few talks, and that really helped, I think, the whole team in general, just reminding ourselves that Carl also has a lot of snacks in our office, so that also helped. But like remind ourselves that we need to be fueling ourselves, we need to be taking care of our body, because that's how we'll be able to like grind that practice and really work at it. So like I think the time off also helped us like just realize that like just staying at home and resting is also a great opportunity to have. So just like being grateful we had that too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and for me, I feel like I'm like especially prone to injury. Like I remember last winter training, we did the first day, it was like we had a double practice plus lift, and we had community service.
Oh my gosh!
And we did mulching,
Yeah.
and I threw out my back.
Uh-oh.
So for the entire, like almost all of winter training, I had to like modify stuff because my back was hurting so bad.
Yeah, I bet.
So this year, I was like, okay, I'm all about like injury prevention, like doing, I like, especially because like I had bicep tendonitis before, so I used to have to do like PT stretches, and I think anybody who's gone through PT will tell you like those stretches are boring, they like, get tiring, it's hard to like stay consistent with it. So I think winter training for me was a time where I was like, okay, I gotta hop back on that. So I was like doing more stretching, because like also my ankle is bad. During the summer my ankle was bad. I couldn't kick. It was bad. So yeah, doing stretches, Normatec, that was a big one. Especially like after the really tough like quality practices where we're doing a lot of like sprinting and stuff. But yeah, I just kind of used the winter training as a like kind of kick starting the new year. Like this is what I have to be doing, like setting good habits again. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you are looking out for yourself and trying not to get injured. I feel like that's a very
Crossing my fingers.
super healthy practice. What is one thing that you guys are both looking forward to for the rest of your season?
I think one thing I'm looking forward to is just the racing and competing with the team. Like I just like being around the team. I think that's just the best part of the day for me. Like other than like going to class is fine, but like everything else, like hanging out at home is fine. But like being at practice, being surrounded by my teammates is pretty fun. So like just finishing out the season on a strong note, and yeah, just seeing where it takes us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'd say like I really like the dual meets, cause they're kind of like, they're quick and they're like almost every weekend in normal season, so it's kind of like a benchmark for where you kind of like, you can see where you are then, so you can like see if you improve. But I'm looking forward, because we have 4 dual meets in the next 2 weeks, so I'm excited. We get to suit up for one of them against Santa Barbara, so since put on the little fast suit, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, also off seasons.
Yes. Yes.
I'm looking forward to the banquet as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
The banquet's awesome because like I think our captains put up a memory video, so then it just like highlights everything throughout the year, and they get pretty funny. So yeah, that'll be fun to have as well. And there's food, of course. So.
Oh,
Good food.
Absolutely.
Always.
The best part. For a wrap-up question, what is a piece of advice that you would share for someone who is looking to swim on a collegiate team?
So let's take that. Okay. Well, I mean, swimming is like club itself is a big commitment, but also like swimming collegiately is also like I'd say almost like bigger than club swim, because it's like not only, it's like a second job. Not, well, like, because yeah, your first job is like being a student, and you have to do well in order to swim in college. Like in high school, it's like, oh, if your grades are like then you can kind of like, you can still swim like club and stuff, but college swim is like, you really gotta hammer down on the grades, you know? So like, yeah, first job student, second job swimmer, but it's like 20 hours a week. You gotta ask yourself, are you really like willing to like commit to that? But like, yeah, for anybody who wants to like get recruited and stuff, it's like using your network. I know like I relied heavily on my club coach. Shout out Billy Dowdy. But yeah, he knows like so many people, and he was able to like really offer me a lot of insight. And just like be open to like, or like know your priorities too. Like I remember when I was first going through, I had like a prioritized list of like preferences, so I knew I wanted to stay in California, so that definitely like narrowed it down. And I was like, okay, I still want to, even like, not that I'm going to, but like I'm like, if I did quit swim, would I still want to be at that school? And I feel like Davis is like perfect place for that, because like both like challenged me like athletically and academically. It's a cute little college town too. I feel like not a lot of college places get that little like college town vibe. And yeah, like the team environment is amazing. So
yeah, those are super great questions to ask yourself, super real questions, because it's a huge commitment.
So mine was kind of different. I have a different experience just because I am out of state. I'm a little farther from home. But like with just like deciding if you want to swim in college and stuff, just know that there's a lot of programs out there for you. There's not like, there's of course the huge programs that are like, oh, it's swimming and academics, and like they're just gonna like, you're just gonna always be on the grind, and like it's like practice is gonna take over your lives. But like just going through the recruiting process and stuff, I know Swim Cloud was a huge benefactor for me, but also Instagram. So I got to see a lot of, like through social media, a lot of teams and what they do, and just like talking with coaches, talking with teammates that have gotten recruited, and talking with people on those teams that I was introducing myself to, I just learned that there's a lot of programs where you can find what you're looking for and what you prioritize, of course, and like nothing's the same, every team is unique. So if you like really love swimming, I would definitely say like take a chance, take a risk, look if there's a program out there for you, and if there is, hit them up, see if they're interested. Take a shot.
That's awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for sharing your experiences and insights, and stay tuned for our next episode.